A very good evening to all of you. It's an absolute pleasure to be here standing before you and given the opportunity to talk about my life journey. To begin with, it's nothing extraordinary, nothing outstanding, but just that in the journey I have broken some stereotypes and I had fair share of my challenges, struggles. But to tell you, everything is worth it. Okay, so to begin with, I'll just like to say that I joined Space Applications Center, which is one of the leading centers of Indian Space Research Organization in the year 1991, after completing my post-graduation in physics from then Bombay University, now it's Mumbai University. So, and then we moved to Ahmedabad. So fate has its own way, it is said, actually. Being in Mumbai, I always dreamt of joining Bhabha Atomic Research Center or Tata Institute of Fundamental Research, because these two were the organizations with which I connected. But I came here because my father was in ONGC and he was transferred to Ahmedabad. This advertisement came, the scientist post at Space Applications Center. I applied for it. I was called for the interview. And believe me, I was very nervous. Nervous not because of attending the interview, but I thought, what if I don't perform well? Because I had no idea about space technology. I had no idea about remote sensing. And I always used to wonder what space technology has to do for the Earth on which we live. So with that in mind, I appeared for the interview. A little bit of physics I knew, and a bit of electronics I knew. Appeared, maybe I gave some good answers, and I was selected, and I got this post. Now, important thing is not about getting this post or being selected. The important thing is the journey that I traveled before coming to this organization. Just imagine, the small girl living in a small village, living in the state of Bihar. And living in the state of Bihar in a small village was by my choice. It was not a compulsion. I opted for it. I wanted to stay with my grandparents because my father, that time, he got transferred to Assam, and somehow I thought, no, it's better to live with my grandparents. And one more very interesting thing is when I shifted to a village, I was here in Ahmedabad, and I was in a Mount Carmel school. So my education started from Ahmedabad, and as it is said, now I am here. But the very interesting thing is when I went to a village, the village had its own ecosystem, as all of you know. And just imagine now I'm here standing before you as having a deputy director position. By designation, I am outstanding scientist. With all humility, I am saying this. The important thing is not that I have come to this level. The important thing is, yes, it is possible. Any one of you, the young girls sitting over here, you can reach and you can dream. You can make your dream true. So that is important takeaway from this. And in the process, I had a lot of struggles. I had a lot of challenges. And as I said, I was brought up in a small village. Village has its own problems, actually, And a lot of problems I faced because the village didn't have the good school. The nearest school was about 3 kilometers. No electricity, no roads, no proper transportation. But the only thing was my grandparents, and I bow today also in front of them. My grandmother and my grandfather, they were way ahead of times. They were atypical, actually. They were not a typical grandparents. My grandmother had no formal education, but my grandfather was well learned. He was a literary person, and he wrote many books. But interesting thing was he was into teaching because he felt that teaching is one of the profession by which you can make the country's future. So leaving apart many jobs, he resorted to teaching. And when I joined him, he started teaching in the same school where I joined. You know why? Because it was not very safe to send a small girl to a nearby town for schooling. So he used to hold my hand, take me there, be there whole day, teach students, bring me back. So all these things, actually, there were very fewer girls in the school, in my class. So that was another challenge. But if you have a will, there are many ways. So, living with them was one of the, the beautiful moment that I spent in my whole career till today, actually, okay? Because the kind of, education, there are two types of education that you get. One is the formal education, formal setup, where, you go to the school and get your degrees. But the informal teachings that my grandparents imbibed in me, it stays till today. It makes your future, it shapes your future. It makes a good human being. Those are the kind of teachings you get from these informal learnings. I completed my matriculation from Bihar's board, and then I shifted to Mumbai. Now, that was complete transformative, I'm telling you. I got admitted in the class 11th in Bombay, in one of the posh schools. But, the first year, I had a great shock. It was full of frustration. Because, why? Because I was not able to speak English. I was not able to pronounce properly. English pronunciation was bad. And the technical terminologies that I used to read in physics, maths, chemistry, I was in a Hindi medium school. So it was, it was very difficult time for me. But again, the help comes. The message is, if you want to do something, the help will come from different corners. So the teachers understood that. They paid extra attention to my difficulties. My parents, they brought me out of that phase. My father used to take leave from his office and he used to teach with me. My mother used to, she used to be awake till late evening, late night to be with me. So everything brought me out of that despair. And then there was no looking back, to tell you, And I always wanted to do, I always wanted to make my career in physics. So I did my post-graduation in physics, and then I came here. I joined this organization. After joining the organization, of course, I felt that, this is one place where you can really live your dream. Because you are living the dream of the founding father of India's space program, Dr. Vikram Sarabhai, the son of soil. So, and his purpose of going into the space was only to serve the society and to serve the common man. And the kind of work which I started to do, I said, I cannot live up to his expectation, but definitely I can contribute a little bit to what he had visioned at those days. I started to work in the ocean research. I will not go much into that detail. And then I progressed. Oceans as vast and deep, the knowledge is also vast and deep. So I started to learn more and more. I started to feel how space technology can help you understand the blue planet. We are in the blue planet. So, and it's called blue planet because 70% of the earth is covered with the water, with the oceans. So I researched, published papers, many things came, and as my biodata was read in the beginning. But important thing which I want to convey here is that never in my career, I have completed 34 years in this beautiful organization. I have had, very supportive colleagues, mentors, leaderships. Leadership of this organization is amazing. Never ever felt I am a woman. Or, it gives you the complete level playing field. You have to build your, your own career here. You are given ample opportunities, and then there is no looking back. So I never felt that, I'm a woman. I never felt, actually. So that was the most beautiful part of any organization that can offer you, actually, And many a times I am asked that, how do you balance work and life? I said that for balancing the work and life, there is no standard template. You have to make your own template. You have to prioritize things, and you have to let go many things. So in my case also, I have done that. So, I have compromised on my hobbies. I have compromised on my socializing, many other things. But I tell you, there is no regret to it. Because for me, the priority was my work and priority was my home. And I could balance. Of course, in balancing this, you need help. My family has been super supportive, including my husband, my parents. In fact, my son, my only son, was brought up by my grandparents, by his grandparents. So I got all types of support from every corner. And that's how I'm here. And in my present role, I'm, as I said that, as you grow up in the ladder in an organization, you get more and more responsibilities. So I have the responsibility of not just taking care of my research, which I was doing in the oceans, but Now I'm into everything which you can talk on this earth, be it agriculture or be it weather, be it water sector or energy sector. So how space technology can, help you better in identifying the problems and better in mitigating those problems. So this is what we do. I have a good team to work with, and they're all very smart people. In the process, we interact a lot with different ministries, different state departments. We co-design, co-develop many of the applications. And in the recent space sector reform that has happened, as many of you would be knowing, so in that we strongly interact with the startups and non-governmental entities as well. And of course, the academics we have been always interacting with. So overall, it has been a very, very satisfying journey, and there has been no looking back. Completely contented person, and I feel that, till the time I can give to this, I can do something, I will definitely give back to this society. And to summarize and to recollect, to put the things in perspective, I'd just like to tell to all the young girls sitting over here, is that, you have to set the goals, be behind those goals. Don't ever expect any instant gratification, okay? Because that never comes so easily. In life, nothing comes easily, okay? It's actually, it's not a 100-meter race, it's a marathon. And there will be ups and downs, but keep an eye that your trend line goes always high, and you can do it. There are ample opportunities. There are, so much vast opportunities these days. In our days, there were not many opportunities, but you can do many, many more things. The technologies have advanced. And so with all that, wishing you all the best. And again, once again, I'm extremely happy to be here with you all. Thank you so much.